Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth4 for another episode of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Feels so nice to say that. In the last episode we entered the world of Holodrum, and we met Din, who was a dancer, and it turns out that she was a bit more than that. And then she got captured, because this wouldn't be a game without some beautiful woman getting captured. Anyway, now we have to go to the Maku Tree, but in order to do that, we need a sword or something, and I want to talk to the sign. Horn Village, Hero's Cave. We can't turn any enemies yet, those are Octoroks. The area out here is in winter, so you're going to have snow on the ground, which becomes a factor later. Over here, if you get hurt, you can go to a fairy fountain, and the fairy will just heal you. Sorry about the noise. There we go. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So I took the long way around because I just wanted to look around. Something I just want to point out, I talked in the last episode, if you press, I don't know if you, maybe I did say, if you press select you can see the world map. The world map is a 16 by 16 grid. It's the same thing in The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, A Link's Awakening. Maybe not 16 by 16 per se, but it's a grid like this. And each of the grids is one of the screens that you see in the game, and you know it goes from screen to screen. If you press A on each one, it tells you where it is, or you know what specific things there are. The way that I'm going to be doing the end slates of the videos, I explained it in the description of the last video, but it's easier for me to just talk about it as well, if you didn't read the description. In the end slates of the videos, I'm going to be going over heart pieces and important items, such as rings or gacha seeds or whatever that we get in the game, and where to find them. And I'm going to be using the grid system, starting in the upper left over here. This is grid A1, that's A, B, C, D, E, etc. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. I think it goes down to P16 in the lower right corner or something like that. But yeah, so when you refer to a grid, it's going to be like that. It's also going to say like where it is in general, so if you don't want to like, you know, count the letters, it could be like the mayor's house, or, you know, from Vasu, or whatever. So yeah, just for your information. There's something over there we can't get. I don't know what the crab enemies are called. I'm avoiding going there yet. We can't get to that treasure chest yet. But yes, this is the Hero's Cave. I like the music. And of course we have keys, or bats, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this place has really tough puzzles, as you can see. Oh my gosh! This is really meant as a tutorial. This is a tutorial, nothing more and nothing less. It shows you that there are pits, and that you can push blocks in order to get past areas. The funny story about the Hero's Cave. Funny story about the Hero's Cave is that this is actually what made me decide to buy the Virtual Console version instead of doing the Game Boy Color version on the Game Boy player, because I was trying to go through this very room, and trying to do that with the GameCube controller, I just kept falling into pits for some reason. It just kept pushing me right in. But yeah, let's push that. Ow. And in here we get a key! You got a small key. Use it to open a locked door block in this dungeon. If you've never played a Zelda game before, you use keys to open doors. You get keys in specific dungeons. You can't take them outside of the dungeon. And yeah, they open locked doors. And each dungeon has as many keys as it needs. I think this game, I want to say, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Link's Awakening. Oh yeah, I have to push the block again, excuse me. Has maybe one dungeon that you don't need all the keys? I don't remember. But anyway, we need the key to go down here. And yeah, these little guys can't hurt you, but if they get stuck on you, you go really slow for a while and you have to kind of walk them off. These green gels come out of the floor and they're really annoying, but we could just avoid them. But anyway, here we get the wooden sword. This truly is a sign of courage. Hold A or B to power it up, then release it for a spin attack. Yay! I also like how they warp you out of the dungeon, but anyway, you hold the button, and yeah, you can do a spin attack. You can also something fun with this game. you can actually assign the sword to A or B. It's considered an item like the rest of your inventory, which you don't really see in other Zelda games. We got a rupee. So I'm gonna keep it on B because I'm just used to that, but first things first, let's jump down here. Because we saw this church just before with 30 rupees in it. That's nice. And yeah, now we're gonna fight our way out. We can go to the other rooms and kill the enemies, but there's really no point. Just kill some of these bats. Keys. I'm gonna call them keys. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, the sword is the most basic of Legend of Zelda items. I'm just gonna go down here so I can fill out the map right now. This doesn't lead anywhere. It's almost as if something should go there. Die. But yeah, the sword cannot destroy snow, unfortunately. But it can kill Octoroks. And now it's winter here. Here, let me help you with that, old lady. Old woman! Man! Man, sorry. I'm 37. Oh yeah, so another thing, since we're here in winter, one of the features of winter, aside from the little snow piling up in places, is large snow drifts. And these large snow drifts can create platform areas where you would normally have nothing. This is where the flower was. So this obviously doesn't lead anywhere, but it's really meant to just show you that it's something that happens and we're going to be using it later. Now that we have money, we can also buy ourselves a shield. Unfortunately, unlike Link's Awakening, you cannot steal. But yeah, we got a wooden shield. This shield is nice because you can hold it in front of you. I think if you just have it like this, it will protect... I don't know if it will protect your attacks on the side, actually. I think you have to hold it up. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we can go through here now. Fat load of good it will do. The mushrooms here are stone mushrooms. They're very interesting mushrooms. They're stone mushrooms, and they only become interactable in August, in fall. Not August. God, Dovey. August is a month, not a season. I associate fall with August. I'm sorry. Even though it's still summer. August is summer, Dovey. It's not fall until the end of September. November is more fall than August. Don't listen to me. So yeah, you can only interact with them, but you have to be able to pick them up. You can't just slash them or something. So we'll come back to that later. I don't think, yeah, you guys are still doing your thing there. Let's check on our Gasha seed, because it might have grown in the time that we went to get the sword, but I doubt it. Like I said, I'm not really sure of how the time in this game works. Nope, just still that. It goes through a few stages of growth also. Okay, so yeah, let's head over here. Ignore Vasu again. Oh, in the winter, this tree has seeds on it. Except, you can't carry them like that. You need some sort of pouch to carry these seeds, so we can't do anything with that. But what we can do now that we have a sword is pop the... Oh, I thought we could pop his bubble. Oh, that's too bad. But anyway, now that we have a sign of courage... Yeah! Hey there! Hi! Hey! Excuse me? Sir? Please? Yeah! Who's that? I don't know. Did you wake me? Who are you? I wanted to give him like a good... You know, should I give him the twink foot? No, because that's just gonna hurt my... That's just gonna hurt my throat. What? Din was taken while I slept? There's no sign of the Temple of Seasons? This is awful! Guarding the Oracle is my duty. Maybe you shouldn't have been sleeping. Alas, how I've withered. What's to be done, Dovey? I never told you my name. How did you know my name? Did I just walk up to you? Hi, I'm Dovey! The season's in chaos. The land is robbed of the very essences of nature, draining all of my might. Can you save Din in my stead? It is all this Maku Tree has ever asked. I highly doubt that. I sense evil on the northern peak where the Temple of Seasons rested. Onox has cast a shadow on the northern peak. I think you will find him there. You'll need the 8 essences of nature that lie 8 essences of MacGuffin that lie sleeping in Holdrum. Gathering all 8 is the only option. The essences power the sacred power of nature, with which you can break the shadow barrier and save Din. Shall I repeat it? Don't. See, he's doing the Kapora Gabora thing where they start on yes. Then I give you this key. Go to the giant root near the lake up north. The first essence should be there, but I'd expect some resistance. Be careful. I'll just rest until no energy. Anyway, he gives us the gnarled key. Yeah, and you could hear him sleeping there. So, anyway, now that we have the key, we can go to the only place that we can go in the game. Should I just end the episode where it is? Nah, that wouldn't be fun. We'll start the gnarled root dungeon, and we'll see where we go from there. So now that we have the sword, yeah, we can get little hearts there. Hey, yeah. Now that we have the sword, we can go past where we were before, because if you remember, first of all, there's a planting spot here. Oh, we got a 5 rupee. That was pretty nice. Unfortunately, we don't have a Gasha seed. The stinking Zoras always shoot you in the face. But if you remember, we landed on the opposite side of this, and somehow we got to the other side, but now that we have a sword, we can get past all that. Yay! And over here, we're just going to explore a little bit. This is where Din was dancing. Do you feel like dancing? The dance night away. We can't go there because there's a hole in the way. If we go up here. Hello. My dad, Talon, went to climb Mount Cuckoo, so I have to care for our hens, but there's so much I don't know. Yes, it's Malin. Malin and Talon. The people from Lon Lon Ranch. You know. Can't have a Zelda game without them, you know? Also, apparently my shield did block the sword, so that's good. I have 20 rupees now, so I'm going to actually go back to town and buy the bombs, because there's going to be a use for them in the upcoming dungeon. Unlike the... Oh, it's spring... it's summer now, and summer... Yeah, summer, you don't have these. The main aspect of summer... Sorry to interrupt myself. The main aspect of summer is that it's going to be drying up water. It has absolutely no application in the village here, it just looks nice. But in summer, you have areas that have a lot of water, the water will usually be lower. And that's, well, it's important. Also, you're out here now. Hi, Lanza said the village are filled with monsters, I'm too scared to go out alone. Yeah, sure. Yeah, now that we have bombs, unlike 3D Zelda games where I usually find bombs as a main item in the dungeons or whatever, the 2D Zelda games have really been a lot less strict about that. And so in this game, you could pretty much just start off with them, as I did. But anyway, now that we're at the Gnarled Root dungeon, you can open it up. And yes, this is very much trying to be like the first Zelda game. The first Zelda game, the first dungeon, the Gnarled Root, was also in a dead tree stump. You'll see a lot of similarities between the Oracle games and the original Legend of Zelda. There's a little fairy there. You can't catch it in a bottle, unfortunately, but does heal quite a bit of health. We should be able to push one of these. There we go. Hello! You're gonna come to hate these old men, but yeah, once again, just like the original Legend of Zelda. Return light to unlit torches. Thank you, sir. This isn't the... Yeah, there's a secret room somewhere in this dungeon. And you can usually tell, I mean, I think we're gonna have a cracked wall somewhere, but you can usually tell because the walls sound different. This is a little Stealthos. These guys usually jump away from you or throw stuff at you. Actually, no, these guys just throw stuff at you. What's it called ones? The more yellowy ones jump away from you, and I hate them so much. Luckily, these guys you could just murder. And we get a chest here with the dungeon map. Press select to see it. Okay, and the dungeon map here, surprise, surprise, it's kind of shaped like a root. Okay. And, okay, so with these guys, if you remember, we saw the little versions of them in the Hero's Cave. Yeah, when you kill the big ones, they turn to two of the little ones, but their main purpose is just to stop you enough so that you can get hit by the larger ones, but if you kill all the larger ones, they just become a nuisance. You can't go there yet, so here we have a minecart. Just press into it to jump in, and you have to wait until it stops, but you can and should hit enemies that are around. I got some moblins out here with boomerangs, which is once again a reference to, I think, the first dungeon. We got some spike traps that you get in their way and they'll try to kill you, so be careful. Here we have a chest. Let's see if yeah, I did it right. And what do we get? We get a gacha seed. Also, I guess in the end slate, if we get any special items outside of like what's supposed to be in the dungeon, like a gacha seed or a ring, I'll say what's where it is in the grid of the dungeon itself. Like this, I guess, would be A3. Okay, so let's go up this way. And we can hit the little switch there to change the track around, and that's going to be something we're going to be doing a lot. And we found the compass here. Does this one have the secret room? Maybe I'm thinking of a different dungeon. I don't remember. Yep. Sorry. Anyway, now we can get back into here. Kill the stupid keys. And more stupid keys. I'll come back for you! And that sound is from the compass that tells us there is a key in this room. So we'll come back to that momentarily. And we got 10 bombs, so yeah, I guess the bombs that we got earlier were not entirely necessary. But yeah, it's nice that this game, unlike Link's Awakening, I'm gonna say Link to the Past every single time, these guys are gonna follow you when you pass them. This game, unlike Link's Awakening, is not going to tell you every single time you get the compass. This compass has a new feature. It'll make a sound when you get close to the item. It's not going to do that for you. Oh, and I'm thinking of a different dungeon that has the secret room. Excuse me, guys. I'm just a doddering old fool, but we do have this. This is what I was thinking of. That's not the item menu. I also forgot that it doesn't just lay the bomb down there. Anyway, we blew up the wall over there. As you can see, it was a cracked wall. And now we have this little... Ow. That guy's fast. We have this little thing over here. So we have to try to just avoid all the enemies and such, which isn't too hard. And now we have... you cannot pass! Mini-boss time! Once again against two moblins with a boomerang. Whoa. And yeah, they somehow curve the boomerang around because they're jerks. I would just try to kill one of them. Am I gonna die? Whoa. Yeah, okay. If you can't tell, my usual strategy for fighting enemies is to be a meat shield. So dodging enemy attacks is not my forte, and it's better for me to just attack from range against enemies like that, where you can die. But anyway, you just push that block aside and go down here. And we find a bag. A satchel, if you will. Seed satchel, 20 ember seeds. What are we going to do with those ember seeds? Well, you're going to have to find out in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Sephiroth Level 4 with The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.